Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. We have been here, just me, one person shop, have been doing this for 4 years. And for this year, 2026, we are going to do something different. And I think this is inspired by the audience who have been spending time on this channel trying to understand Chinese to a little bit deeper level than just repetitive remembering by just shape of it, the sound of it, the meaning of it, like the trinity of a vocabulary. I want to make it a little bit easier. And through the 4 years of drilling myself, unpeeling layers of this language, I learned something. And this language is a system, as any language, it's a system. And in my latest Christmas gifting or crash course of Chinese, I have shown some of my latest understanding overall of what Chinese is about. The creation mechanism, if you say, like how this language as a system operates, trying to get to a certain level. And I know I'm only scratching the surface of it. So based on all of that, for this year, I want to make it a more approachable or helpful for the audience of understand Chinese from the shape. Because what makes Chinese unique and special is its logographical nature, that it captures meanings through the look of it, and then we attach sound of it. For the sake of verbal communication, we sometimes have to hear about it. But a lot of times, like me, I can semi-read Japanese because they have kanjis that looks like Chinese characters. I can kind of, even if I don't know the pronunciation in Japanese, I can kind of guess the meaning because the shape capture the meaning. And that's the core of what my finding is about. It's not really about pronunciation. It's more about how the shape shapes the meaning. Okay, so in this year, I'm going to unpack or unroll the amazing world of Chinese by grouping words that looks alike. And I will group them by a monthly unit. And each weekend, Sunday, I'm going to repeat, because that is something that helpful for human brains to capture, to review what we learned. So if you want to learn Chinese from the perspective of how things look and how things makes meaning, then this is the program for you. Okay. The beginning of everything is 1. How simple it is. And in numerical system, 1 is the beginning of the minimum integer. We have to say that, integer-wise. And in Arabic language, it's a vertical line. That's 1. But Chinese, horizontal it. That's associated with the whole philosophy of how Chinese worldview, like the genesis of the world from Chinese perspective. So it's horizontal. Then we add 1 stroke vertically, becomes 10. How did that make sense? Okay, I will unpack this in each of the upcoming episodes. And that's the first week. We learn just 1 and 10. Just 1 horizontal line and a cross-looking thing. Now, second week is a little bit more Chinese culturally based, because it's for the longest time, Chinese culture, where this language grew and thrive, is based on agrarian society. And so soil is the beginning. And also soil, this icon is made from this number 10, add 1 additional line at the bottom. So how does that make sense? Okay, something that looks like soil with slight distinction of the 2 lines, the length of the line reversed, and then becomes sir. How does that make sense? Okay, flip it upside down, it's 2. Now add 1 additional line, 3 horizontal lines with 1 vertical line. It's ruler. And 1 dot added, it becomes jade. And instead of using horizontal line, we have this 10, number 10, add a diagonal line. It becomes talent. So how this all make sense? Each of them have their origins and stories, even if they may look alike. And they may be even associated, sometimes not. But they comes together that have their own origin story of individual characters, but they look alike. And I think that may help remember the shape and the meaning to go with it. Okay, then the week 3, we're starting with sun. Instead of a cross, now we have a box, because Chinese probably was remembered as a boxy character looking thing. So let's start with the box. With 1 horizontal line is sun, 2 horizontal lines is eye. And then we cross that instead of a horizontal line. We make a cross in the middle. It's farm. And we add 1 dot and 1 horizontal line there. It becomes acre. If we poke the vertical line through the roof, it becomes from. If we poke the vertical line through the bottom, it's shell. So this group of words, how do they associate with each other or not? We will unpack in week 3. Then we have water, main life supporting elements. If you have been following this channel, or if you know Chinese culture a little bit, 金木水火土, 5 major elements. That was the old view. Ancient wisdom. Chinese capture the elements of the world into all boil down to 5 elements. Okay, so water is important. We add 2 dots, it becomes ice. So you see, English is water and ice. Pronounced, look, everything different. But Chinese sees through that. We associate water with ice, shape-wise. And then we add 1 dot on top, 1 dot and half of the horizontal line. It becomes eternal. And then we add a character by, means white, on top of water. It becomes spring. And then if we kind of straighten out the water symbol, which is kind of broken on the side, if we straighten out, it becomes torrent. Kind of makes sense, right? And then we kind of transform the 3 streams visually, make it smaller, condensed, add it to the left side. It becomes a particle, or radical, actually. I should use the standard terms. 3 dots on the sides. That's our simplification of water, the fully spelled water. And everybody who know Chinese a little bit, when we see that, we know, oh, it's something related to water. And we come back to the number 10, horizontal, vertical line. And together it becomes juice. How does that make sense? All right. So this is a whole slew of water-based or associated logographics. Okay. Then we come to air. This is, by the way, all simplified Chinese. And when I unpack, I will go back to 2 other versions, going back through history more. Okay, so qi, air, and then we have a cloud. Kind of look like air, but it's different. And then we switch the bottom to another shape. It becomes loss. And then we further transform the top end of the cloud. It becomes bag. All right, so this is the week 4, no, 5. And then that is the full map of January. I'm going to show you how each character transforms in its shape and how they may or may not come from each other. Like they look like siblings and cousins. They share similar faces, but they may not come from the same lineage. That it all starts with 1. Thank you for your time. See you another day.